This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Welcome, my friends, to the Thursday edition of Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour. If you would like to be part of the program this afternoon, 800-848-9222 is how you reach us, 800-848-9222. Looking forward to hear what you have to say. If you are in panic, you are welcome to call. The panic is widespread across certain circles of the United States. For the record, I am not panicked. I am not overly concerned about any of the issues that are driving the panic. In fact, I think that in the long run, things are going to be tickety-boo. Some of the panic. Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal. Trump tariffs send Dow to 1,400-point decline. Dollar slumps. Oh, no. U.S. markets slid Thursday in their steepest decline in more than 2 years as investors grappled with fears President Trump's new tariff plan will trigger global retaliation and hurt economic growth. Oh, no. Major stock indexes dropped as much as 5.5%. Oh, no. Stocks have lost roughly $2.7 trillion in market value Thursday, on track for their largest decline since March 2020. Oh, no. The Dow Industrials dropped about 1,400 points, or 3.3%. The tech-heavy NASDAQ, which powered the market higher for years, was down 5.5%, led by big declines in NVIDIA, Apple, and Amazon.com. Oh, no. Does this mean that your Amazon package is not going to come this afternoon? No. Don't panic, my friends. Your Amazon package is still going to get there. In fact, you could go on Amazon right now if you want to go buy a new Apple. Go to the website or go wherever resellers sell Apple stuff and go pick one. It's okay. They're still around. Amazon.com, big declines. Oh, are people going to all of a sudden, because there are tariffs on stuff, stop going to Amazon? Is that what we're supposed to believe? Amazon's going to suffer because the tariffs are going to stop people from buying stuff that they want, or in many cases, that they want and need. So the price might go up 2 or 3. Is that what's going to happen? People are going to say, oh, no. I can't buy that widget on Amazon because the price went up. Oh, no. I can't get delivered. It's going to be okay, folks. Some American allies came out swinging. French President Emmanuel Macron said Europe is weighing retaliation against U.S. tech firms, while Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said his country will match President auto tariffs with a 25% tariff of its own. Good. I'd like to see how many people stop buying Canadian cars. I mean, after all, the Canadian auto manufacturers, I mean, they must be, what's that big Canadian car that everybody likes to drive? Philippe, no, what is the big Canadian car that everybody likes to drive? That very popular Canadian car model. That.
Uh-oh.
That one.
Uh,
Yeah, that one. That one's going to suffer. Americans might stop buying those Canadian cars from the big Canadian automakers if they retaliate. And the Peugeots might suffer, and all the other French cars that, look, folks, get a handle. It's going to be okay. We have a lot of sound bites today, a lot of audio for you. In fact, let us start with Ford. The Ford Auto Company right here. Now, if anybody's panicked, it should be American automakers. So let's just take a listen, cut 6, to what the folks over at Ford Motor Company have in line because of all of this panic that's going on.
Exactly right. For the next couple of months, we're going to offer our customers the same deal that our employees get. And as you say, that's worth thousands of dollars. You come into our store, you get employee pricing. This is kind of to call a little bit of a timeout. We've heard some uncertainty from our customers, and we want them to be assured that Ford, the most American auto company, is going to do right by them, as are our dealers. We make the most cars here. We employ the most. We export the most. And so we here at Ford, we're in a good position to address customers' concern and give them a really great deal on a great vehicle.
Okay, so I guess that's not so bad. Bush 43, remember him, Bush 43? Bush 43 had a commerce secretary. His name was Carlos Gutierrez. He was on CNBC this morning. He was discussing, or last night, either way, he was discussing the tariffs with the good folks over at CNBC. And this is what Carlos Gutierrez had to say. It's long. We're not going to listen to the whole thing, but I may stop and start it. But let's just get the gist of what former Commerce Secretary Gutierrez has to say.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you,
what do you make of these tariffs right now and the ultimate impact to the U.S. economy and trade?
Well, I would say, like most people, this was stronger than what many of us expected. But it's the opening step. So I would expect, I would assume that this will not be in place in a month, 2 months, definitely not in the back half of the year. So I'm in the camp that this is the beginning of a big negotiation. I would put these tariffs in 4 groups. Number 1 is automobiles. And really that comes down to Mexico, Canada, and Germany. Korea and Japan don't charge tariffs for automobiles anymore. So Mexico and Canada will most likely be addressed with the USMCA agreement. That's scheduled for 26, but that will be brought forward, hopefully in the next month or 2. And that the autos will be folded into that discussion. Germany, it's about, they charge us 10%. We charge them 2.5%. That could be fixed. And it's not only about bringing production back, but it's also about market access. So if Germany brings down their tariffs, then that gives U.S. companies more access to the German market. The second group are these reciprocal tariffs. And this is all about negotiation. So we're going to be hearing about tariffs for quite a while now. And the president has set the stage for what he loves to do. He'll be negotiating every single day for the foreseeable future, which each one of these countries. It's interesting as we think about, is this designed for negotiation or are these permanent? Vietnam yesterday reduced their tariff regime considerably, but the president didn't mention it. And he still included Vietnam with some very steep tariffs. So that tells me that he will use what Vietnam is already intending to do to name as a victory. And the president will be looking for victories. And with this number of countries, I believe he will have a slew of victories that he can point to. The third group is the 10% from all countries. And that's an interesting one. I wouldn't discard that as being a move just to prevent supply chains from moving. And that's an interesting one. We can return to that. The fourth one I would put is China. I wouldn't lump China into these other groups. China is a group on its own. China will require a very special negotiation. It will not be a phone call to talk about autos. That will be something more important, more consequential, and that's hard to predict. It could be a trade deal or it could be something a lot bigger. But definitely bigger than I thought. But each one has a piece. Each one has a solution. I do not believe that these tariffs will be in place going into the second half of the year.
That is
the baseline
astounding.
10%.
We'll just do it right there. So you see, he's not panicked. What is he saying? He's saying that these are part of a negotiation. This is what Donald Trump does. And we all know this. So all of this panic and hysteria. I didn't have time to send it in. I saw it right before the show started. Somebody pulled up Nancy Pelosi, and boy, she looked different, in 1996. From the well of the House of Representatives, raging about how unfair our trade policies are with China, how they shouldn't be admitted into the World Trade Organization, how admitting them was a mistake, how it is definitely her opinion that we should link trade with human rights, but just on the trade issues, she was going off on China. So the Nancy Pelosi back then and the Democrats were all in favor, they say, of getting tough with China. Now you have Donald Trump actually doing it, addressing the trade imbalance, and you have the rampant hysteria from the left in this country and, of course, their allies in the mainstream media. Let's take a quick break. We have a lot more on this tariff thing. There are other things in the news. Democrats are still having post-orgasmic tremors over Cory Booker not going to the bathroom for a day and speaking on the Senate floor. So I guess he's the light to them. Heavenly birthday today for Felipe Wynn. From the group that was first known as the Detroit Spinners, then many of us grew to know and love them as simply the Spinners. In 1980, this was one of their big hits. After that, they had another hit in 1970. 1970. It's a Shame, written by Stevie Wonder, which was one of they had a different kind of lead thing going on then. And then, of course, their association with Tom Bell, Nothing But Hits, and Dionne Warwick and the Spinners. Anyway, happy heavenly birthday to Felipe Wynn. James Golden, Snerdley with you. The Thursday edition of Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour. 800-848-9222.
Hi, this is Javon, your Blinds.com design consultant.
Oh, wow. A real person.
Yep. I'm here to help with everything from selecting the perfect window treatments to...
Well, I've got a complicated project.
No problem. I can even help schedule a professional measure and install. We can also send you samples fast and free.
I just might have to do more.
Whatever you need.
So the first room we're looking at is for...
Shop Blinds.com now and get up to 45% off with minimum purchase. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
American Giant makes great clothing, sweatshirts, jeans, and more right here in the U.S. Visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order with code STAPLE20. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com, code STAPLE20.
This year, the Cross Sound Ferry family is celebrating 50 years of bridging the Sound. Whether through weekend escapes, family vacations, or your daily commute, we're proud of the role we play in connecting you to all of life's best moments. Since 1975, we've grown alongside your family, so let's celebrate this milestone together. Learn more, follow us on social, and book your next ferry at LongIslandFerry.com. Cross Sound Ferry, connecting you safely and soundly for 50 years.
Rush.
This is The Rush Hour with James Golden.
Bo Snerdley.
Shen Yun is live on stage at Lincoln Center from March 26th through April 13th. Shen Yun revives China's divinely inspired traditional culture lost in communist China today. Discover what China's 1.4 billion people can't see and why Shen Yun can't perform there. See Shen Yun at least once in your lifetime. Now on stage at Lincoln Center through April 13th. Tickets at shenyun.com. That's SHENYUN.com. Shen Yun is live on stage at Lincoln Center from March 26th through April 13th. How many times have you thought about attending but missed out? Be sure to catch it this time. Embark on a journey through 5,000 years of beauty, wisdom, and drama in this powerful production. Find out why audiences worldwide call it a touch of heaven and applaud its incredible hope and spirit. Now on stage at Lincoln Center through April 13th. Tickets at SHENYUN.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
James Golden, a.k.a. Bo Snerdley, here with an urgent retirement warning. Even as Trump stands up to China, billionaires are fleeing Wall Street, including Warren Buffett. But I trust the experts at Colonial Metals Group to help you. Visit freegoldguide.com/Bo or call 800-941-0498 for your free gold guide on how to bulletproof your IRA and 401k with gold, tax-free. You can also qualify for a free home safe and as much as $7,500 in free silver. Once again, that's freegoldguide.com/Bo.
You can't escape a traffic jam. Know what else you can't escape? Seasonal allergies. And you might think you can avoid that coffee stain until... Oh, really? You can't escape a lot of things in life, but you can escape prediabetes. Prediabetes captures 1 in 3 adults. There are usually no signs of prediabetes. In fact, most people don't even know they have it. But with early diagnosis, you can change the outcome and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Take action by taking the 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. You might not be able to escape having this song stuck in your head, but you can escape prediabetes. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Possibilities are all around us. Everywhere we look, we see opportunity in unexpected places. And when we share our knowledge, vision, and connections, we turn great ideas into action in communities all around the world that we call home. Like transforming an old bus to feed hungry children, or providing life-saving equipment to those who need it most. From fighting disease to rebuilding schools, together we can make real change happen. We're Rotary. We are people of action. Get involved today at Rotary.org/action.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We are people of action. And together, we turn great ideas into reality by accessing our networks, our experience, and the best of ourselves to make a difference. Around the world, Rotary brings leaders together to build new friendships and to solve problems. Like in Austria, where generations work side by side to build sustainable housing and community centers. In India, volunteers run a mobile blood bank to help provide a steady blood supply for their local community. And in Taiwan,
people are working hard to get vulnerable citizens the support and services they need.
With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. Take action with us. Find out more
at Rotary.org/action.
James Golden, known popularly as Bo Snerdley.
This is The Rush Hour with James Golden.
Rush.
This episode is brought to you by Temptations Cat Treats. Your cat will come running for the perfectly irresistible Temptations Creamy Puree and Temptations Lickable Spoon Cat Treats. The best time to feed lickable cat treats to your cat is anytime. Feed by hand for a playful moment, in a bowl for a creamy treat, or as a topper to make mealtime fun. Visit TemptationsTreats.com to learn more.
Springfest deals are still in full swing at Lowe's. Right now, get 5 bags of Stay Green Premium Color 2 cubic foot mulch for only $10. And get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save up to $300 when you buy 2 or more select GE kitchen appliances of $396 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 4/16, excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details and qualifying items.
This episode is brought to you by Loom by Atlassian. Are you feeling stuck at work? Get your team unstuck with Loom video messaging and move work forward. Use Loom to simultaneously record both your screen and yourself to share a quick update, provide feedback, train a colleague, and everything in between. Plus, add Loom AI to your meetings for instant written notes and recordings. Try Loom today at Loom.com. That's LOOM.com.
This episode is brought to you by Cadillac. When you have 4 new tires, every drive feels fresh. Right now, buy 3 select tires and get 1 for just $1 during the Cadillac Certified Service Fresh Start Tire event. Visit Cadillac.com/service offers or see dealer for full details. At participating U.S. GM dealers only. Highest or equal value tire will be $1. Offer ends 5/31/2025. Not available with other offers.
Let us turn. This is going to be quickly. We're not going to listen to the whole thing, but I also want. There is a woman, Dynamite. Her name is Batya Uga Sargon. She was on Piers Morgan. You know what? Let's hold that till after the break. This is a long soundbite, but it is well worth listening to. Let's go to CNN Panic with Pamela Brown, cut 4, and check she was on with Howard Lutnick, the current Commerce Secretary.
Fix that. In a few days, we're about to see prices go up at the grocery store. What do you say to those Americans?
I don't think that's going to happen.
You don't
the reason
think,
it's going to happen,
it won't happen?
Watch. No one can guarantee anything, but that's very nice. Thank you. I wish I could guarantee whatever you'd like. But the fact is, wait, let's take one moment. Wait. You asked me a question. Let's go through it, okay? Our farmers are blocked from selling almost anywhere. We can't, 1.4 billion people in India, and we can't sell them corn. Europe won't let us sell beef. Australia won't let us sell beef. Why?
Hormonal chemicals.
Yeah, no, that's not why. It's because they want to just protect. I know. They want to say, oh, what, the seeds are different, right? Other people in the world are using seeds that insects. Come on, this is nonsense. This is all nonsense. What happens is they block our markets. When we open those markets, our volumes grow. Our farmers will thrive, and the price of groceries will come down. Let Donald Trump run the global economy. He knows what he's doing. He's been talking about it for 35 years. You got to trust Donald
point. He knows what he's doing, my friends. So if you're panicked, don't be panicked. We have a lot more to go. So don't go away. 800-848-9222. Keep it right here with Bo. Tariffs will hit all U.S. import. Price hikes for these items may surprise you. More hysteria from the Wall Street, the New York Times. The whole front page is just like Trump fear, Trump hate. Oh my gosh, world's coming to an end. It's terrible. The tariffs. Wall Street Journal has the same kind of hysteria going on. I don't think I've seen their splash page look like a war hit it when there was war. This was just like, the Dow, it's tanking. Donald Trump is causing mayhem everywhere. Tariffs will hit all U.S. imports. Price hikes for these items may surprise you. A range of products, think cigars and engagement rings and pineapples, could all have higher price tags. What are you going to do, people? Cigars. U.S. cigar lovers might be paying more for their tobacco experience. The U.S. gets about 64% of its imported cigars from the Dominican Republic. When's the last time you ever heard any mainstream? Most of the time, I thought you people hated cigars. Now they're warning us cigar smokers are going to suffer. Oh, hint, if you can afford to buy cigars, The price tag is not going to bother you that much, and you can always get the cheap ones. But cigar lovers, the true cigar aficionados, please. This is where it gets, folks. This is very damaging. I don't know how we're going to recover as a nation from this next one. I just don't know. I don't know what Donald Trump, what he thought he was doing, but now marriages are going to stop, apparently. It's over. Because marriage proposals are going to get more and more and more and more expensive by the day. Thank you, Orange Man Bad. Orange Man Bad. Now I wanted to propose to my girl, and now I can't. Or my guy, or my person, my they, them. I wanted to propose to they, them, and I can't because them, they, them thing is, I can't afford the ring for they, them. Marriage proposals might soon get more expensive for those looking to pop the question with a diamond engagement ring. The U.S. gets both 92% of imported synthetic diamonds and 45% of imported cut and polished diamonds from India. The country will soon face a 26% tariff, significant enough to hit that importers will likely want to pass on consumers. They're going to pass that price on, so people are no longer going to get engaged, and as a result, there will be no more marriages, and there will be no more babies. Because there will be no more marriages, we all know that everybody waits until they're married to have their babies, and so this thing is going to lead to the earth having fewer babies, and when there are fewer babies, there's not going to be enough workers, and it's just going to be a downward spiral, and the world's going to come to an end because Donald Trump raised tariffs on India. Orange Man Bad.
Didn't Elon say we had a population problem?
Elon's trying to take care of the population problem by himself. So just whatever. Okay. Guess what else is going to cost more money? And this is going to hurt almost as much as no more marriages. This is going to hurt bad, bad, bad. Because Orange Man did it. Orange Man, bad, bad, bad. Orange Man is going to make sure that the price of pineapples goes up. Pineapples. How are you going to live without your pineapples? And I know that you can grow them in your own backyard if you live in Zone 10 or some of the other zones, but the U.S. gets about 88% of imported pineapples from Costa Rica. Goods on that country will soon be subject to a 10% U.S. tariff. So you might have to pay some more money for your pineapples, and you're not going to be able to have pineapples anymore. And Orange Man Bad. $3.09 instead of $3. Well, that's going to stop people from buying pineapples. How don't you make light of it? That 9 cents makes a damn bit of difference. People used to leave that 9 cents when you go to, that little coin thing when you go to the gas station or you go to the store, and they have that little thing there for people to donate their changes that don't want to bother carry change. Take the 9 cents out of there and pay for hold on and save that 9 cents and pay if you're going to be pineapple deprived. Here's one that really hurts. And this is right in the Wall Street Journal's wheelhouse. The cost of luxury watches is going to go up. I don't know how people are going to stand it. I don't know. Gifted a loved one with a fancy watch made in Switzerland should soon cost a lot more. The U.S. relies on the country for another 90% of its imported precious metal wristwatches. All Swiss goods will soon be tapped with a 31% tariff. So if you're in the market and you are going to pay $150,000 for that Rolex to give to somebody, it might cost you more. And that just might stop you from giving that person the Rolex. You might have to give them a damn Timex because you can't afford the Rolex anymore. So you're going to give them a Timex. You're going to go give them a Boulevard watch, or maybe even a Swatch. A Swatch. Do people even wear watches anymore? I mean, and that Patek Philippe or Philippe Patek, I don't know because I've never had one. Probably will never have one. They used to cost you $500,000. It might cost more, and that's going to stop you. It's like, damn it, I was ready to spend $500,000 on a watch, but now I'm not going to spend $500,000 plus another 10, 15%. Nope, I'm not going to do it. They're not worth that money. So the luxury watch market is going to come to a grinding halt. Daggone Orange Man. Cashews are going to cost more, according to the Wall Street Journal. Tariff costs might soon be coming to your trail mix. 89% of the imported cashews we get are from Vietnam. Well, Vietnam, we heard in the last report, just lowered their tariffs, so that's not really going to hurt. Somebody please tell the Wall Street Journal, because they mistakenly have people now all up in uproar over the price of cashews, and it's not going to really be affected. We just heard that. Anyway, here's the biggie. Save the best for last. I don't know, you people, all of you Trump supporters say you freaking how you did this to us. You did it to everybody. You did it, and there's no taking it back. You did it big, and you did it bad now. Ladies and gentlemen, the cost of your Christmas lights may go up this year. Cambodia, you see, is a huge supplier of Christmas lights to the United States. Bet you didn't even know that. You go into Home Depot, you go into Lowe's, you go there, you pick up your lights. You never look to see made in Cambodia. Didn't we bomb them? That was Nixon. Yeah. Secretly. It wasn't part of policy. Nixon got a little hot water from that. That was back during before you were born. We bombed the crap out of them. Anyway, 66% of imported LED Christmas lights and 74% of imported non-LED come from Cambodia. They're going to be a 49% tariffs. So, you know what happens now. There are going to be no more Christmas lights. You're going to have to go old school and just get those little candle things that go on the Christmas tree. You're going to put the candles on your Christmas tree. And, of course, candles and trees don't mix, and so you're going to have house fires. And then half of America is going to be wiped out in fire this time. That was what was predicted anyway. No more floods. Fire this time, and you're going to be burned up to a crisp because the orange man insisted on tariffs. Sickening. Meanwhile, we've got people defending this. Like this woman, former Democrat Batya Ungar-Sargon. She was on Piers Morgan. And she has a message for these Wall Street types like the Wall Street Journal, causing everybody panic and fear because the price of pineapples has gone up. You won't have luxury watches. People are going to stop getting married because they can't afford to get engaged. You won't be able to get cashews at a decent price. You're going to have trail mix without cashews in them. They're probably going to put some red number 40 or something in the trail mix now. Just ruin everything. Ruining everything. And here's Batya.
What I find so frustrating about the conversation around tariffs is that we all agree on the problem. We all agree that the deindustrialization of America led to the downward mobility of the American working class, deaths of despair, people working multiple jobs and not being able to afford the American dream. We all agree that it is deeply unfair for the American middle class to be bearing the burden of unfair tariffs from other countries. We all agree that it is great for the president to have leverage in order to demand reasonable things like that countries stop allowing fentanyl to murder 100,000 Americans every year and that Mexico do its part to police its own border. And yet when somebody has the courage to show up and say to Wall Street, screw you, I am waging war, I'm waging class warfare on behalf of the American working class, and you elites in Wall Street, you do what you need to do because I'm not going to stop fighting for the American working class. Suddenly, everybody is sitting around going, oh no, the stock market. Yeah, the stock market looks like that because the rich are punishing Trump for siding with the neglected and humiliated American working class over them. We have already seen these tariffs work, Pierce. The number of people crossing the southern border is at 0. Fentanyl is at record lows for the last 10 years. We have already seen $1.2 trillion in manufacturing invested in this country since January 21st. So they have already worked. Now, how long is Wall Street going to keep trying to punish this president for standing the American working class? I don't know, but I can tell you that the view from the street is people cannot believe that there is a president who is working for them, who is putting them first and telling Wall Street to go screw itself. Wall Street, which picked the Democrats for the last 3 election cycles in a row. That's what the real story is here. American Compass did a survey of just GOP voters. We know now that the majority of Americans who make under $100,000 a year now vote for the Republican Party. So that was almost a means-tested poll, and they found that 77% of GOP voters, the working class, not the elites, said that when they were asked, they said they would be willing to pay higher prices if it meant bringing back manufacturing, because of course in their mind they are going to be the beneficiaries of those manufacturing jobs. About Canada, a lot of people are asking, why Canada? We love Canada. Canada are our friends. Why wage this tariff war on Canada? And of course the answer is simple. Canada and Mexico are the back door to the American economy because we have this trade deal with them, the USMCA. So if there are no tariffs on China, if Canada and Mexico do not match our tariffs on China, China simply builds car manufacturing plants in Canada and in Mexico, which they have already done, and they use that in order to get tariff-free cars into the American market, which is exactly what President Trump is trying to get away from. So what he wants from them is for them to close that back door. And I just want to emphasize again, back in the 70s, when the majority of the GDP in America was in the middle class, right? That's kind of like the golden era that we look back to of when the economy was really healthy and working class people felt that they could afford a middle class life. 25% of our economy was in manufacturing.
Today, and Donald Trump is trying to bring it back. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is brilliant. Batya Ugar Sargon. We got to take a quick break here. James Golden, your call's coming up. Perhaps, maybe. On this day, 1971, that golden era she was talking about, the Temptations had their second #1 hit. You know it as soon as you hear it. This is Eddie Kendricks in the lead, right before they tossed him out of the group. And then Eddie and David was already gone by this point, David Ruffin. They would team up and do their own thing. But anyway, this is Temptations at their best. Just my imagination. James Golden and Snerdley with you. Thursday edition of Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour.
Anyone can follow. It takes something special to be an original. Which is why the 2025 Lincoln Navigator SUV arrives with new ways of surrounding you in luxury, including the ultra-wide 48-inch panoramic display and the multi-sensory Lincoln Rejuvenate experience. A true original never stops evolving. So meet the 2025 Navigator, the original that's all new and better than ever. Learn more at Lincoln.com. Lincoln and Navigator are trademarks of Ford or its affiliates.
We off? 30 seconds of carefree bliss. Oof, like wind in your hair carefree. Oh, like using Clorox Disinfecting All-Purpose Cleaner in the home carefree. Yes! Like dog slobbing on the coffee table and cleaning it with Clorox Carefree. He's on a roll now. Spit toothpaste on the faucet. You got it. You got it. Peanut butter on the light switch. Oh, spritz, spritz. Spritz, spritz. Clorox, man. Clean feels good.
Okay, we're back.
Use as directed.
Vacations will never be the same. Welcome to the theme parks of Universal Orlando Resort. With spectacular hotels and more, Universal Orlando offers an entire week of vacation awesome. Visit universalorlando.com.
Rush.
This is the Rush Hour with James Golden.
Bo Snerdley.
Yeah, stay in your lane. It's time.
James Golden, a.k.a. Bo Snerdley, presents Rapid Phones.
And right before we get to our first call, I got to give you a line. Princess Diana just sent me the headline from Axios. It's the end of the world. The world's economic order as we know it. That's Axios. Folks, these people are going nuts. It's the end of the world's economic world order as we know it. Princess Diana, Wall Street, hardest hit. You Rush insiders will know what that references to. Oh, that's great. And Rhonda Schrock had a great, she compares Trump to like a symphony conductor. You hear the banging, the crashing, the beautiful, it all turns out sweet. It's like music that's being made. So it's just wonderful. I'm loving this. But let's see what people have to say. Judith in Brooklyn, you're up first. How are you?
Hi, James. I'm fine, and you really crack me up. You're real funny. Listen, I thought of something, and I kind of trying to connect the dots a little. Trump unleashes tariffs, I'm thinking, to make things fairer trade in the world, right? And they're all up in arms. But China unleashed COVID, and they ruined economies. They ruined businesses. They murdered millions of people worldwide, but nobody said anything. I don't hear, they got away with it.
Wait a minute. Stop, wait. Rewind. Say that one more time.
Well, Trump unleashes tariffs to make things fair in the world. China unleashes COVID. They ruined economies, ruined businesses, murdered people, got away with it. No one said a word. Axios and then Wall Street and nobody. It's just it's so pathetic.
Judith, you are so brilliant. Thank you for that contribution. Let us go to Phil in New Jersey. Phil, how are you?
Great. James, always love the show. Just to remind all your listeners, you can still buy a Rolex in Times Square for $20, and it accomplishes the exact same thing. Might not tell time, but people think you're rich.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you much, Bob in Connecticut. You are up next.
Mr. Snerdley, the Wall Street's going crazy because they're afraid of the profits. That just says that the U.S. companies registered on the New York Stock Exchange are making all their money from China or India or wherever.
Aha. Well, thank you, Bob. We got to leave it at that point. Brilliant point. We got to go. May God bless, protect each and every single one of you, your families, your loved ones. Love and gratitude for being here with you, allowing me to be with you. That's okay. I got to go. Till tomorrow, my friends, I bid you adieu. God willing, we're back. In the meantime, have yourself a lovely afternoon. And as I said, God willing, we will see you tomorrow. Bye.